in different ideas and how to build this board. Now, you've given us all who have just pharmacists. What about the trends that are happening in the country? What about an IT person? What about, because I believe in every board, that is why the boards are put, you must have different, you must have a financier, you must have, but if we put everyone from one, and let me ask, the ones who are going to be appointed by the cabinet secretary, so those ones, and you know today you have this one, tomorrow you have a different one. I believe the chair can have good governance.
Thank you, Honorable Lachi. Honorable Baya.
I want to agree with Honorable Dr. Nikal, who has been at once a principal secretary and also Director General of Medical Services. Gentlemen and honorable members, I want to say this. If you look at the people that are coming in, E, F, G, H, there are people who are well versed in these areas, very well. You do not want to put a chair that who will be the only person who has no knowledge on pharmacists. He will be swamped by the ideas of these people. And you also do not want to put a Director General with a chair who may not even understand. I want to push that principle that pharmacists manage this organization in such a way that the board chair needs to even be a stronger pharmacist than any other person there for us to ensure the problems we have in this country in some of these parastatals is where we have people who have no knowledge in the areas they are appointed in completely managing entities, and you think that you'll have efficiency. Honorable Chair, we need to put our stamp down and tell them that pharmacists, if we are going to have a Director General who is a pharmacist, the chairman should even be a more qualified pharmacist. Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member for Nyeri Town, Honorable Maina Matenge.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I'm a member of the committee and I'm supporting the chair's and the committee's amendment. Chair, the practice of pharmacy is not any other ordinary practice. We are putting our own lives on the line. We are putting the lives of our people on the line. Chair, the presence of a knowledgeable person in this area, in terms of the decisions of the board, is key and is paramount, and the knowledge and the experience should match the knowledge of all the other technical people in that area. In
Honorable CNN, stop shouting at the chair.
Superior.
Have your card ready, I will see you. Honorable DMM, you are finished?
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, the next one I'll give the member for Kiminini, Honorable Bisau Kakai.
Thank you, Chair. While I support what the chair has brought on the floor, I'd also like to state that the problem we have today in the medical sector is an issue where we talk about pharmacists without looking at the end of the chain. If we are talking of a pharmacist with some medical supply chain experience, is good. Today we are talking of medicine in our warehouses, whereby yes, you get a pharmacist, drugs are there, they can even tell you the composition in terms of chemical composition, but to move it from point A to point B, to ensure that there's a steady supply chain. So to me, Chair, I would wish that yes, we talk of a chair who is a pharmacist, but with some medical supply chain experience, so that you merge the two. We get a chair who understands the composition of the drugs and the items, but can also ensure that the items move to the place.
You've made your point. Member for Tinderet.
Chair, I rise to support the chair of the committee and what the majority have just put it. The problem we have in KEPSA is a result of appointing non-professional officers, people who do not understand some of the issues that are going on. If you don't have a pharmacist to understand pharmacology and the drug chain in the whole sector, it will actually be a problem. I want to ask that the members, we support what the chair has just put across, and it is actually very self-explanatory and is very clear. I thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable Kaluma.
Chair, Clause 8 speaks to the appointment of a non-executive chair by the president. Remember, Chair, we had said the Director General is the chief executive. It's a technical person. The non-executive chair, the word non-executive is being put there so that it's not in terms of execution or enforcement. This is to give leadership and to chair. We cannot be restricting the president so much that the board cannot operate other than with a pharmacist. Chair, I anticipate a board. If you can chair this house in plenary the way you are doing so well, Chair, why can't you chair this board? Yes. We are seeing a situation here, Chair, if you look at clause 5, clause 6 going down, where work is being made for pharmacists. The initial clause 5 included even engineers because we had even medical technological appliances and equipment. That one has been deleted. Pharmacy everywhere, including in chairing a meeting. What are you doing now, Chair?
You want to be informed by the Deputy Speaker?
I request that we either delete
Honorable
this,
Kaluma,
or Chair, you allow me
want to be
move
informed?
my amendment to delete this entire
Do you want
clause.
to be informed by Honorable Gladys Boss, the Deputy Speaker?
The Honorable Speaker taught me I'll always be glad to be
Yes,
informed.
Honorable Gladys Boss.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker, Chairperson. Yes, I think we are losing the objective of this particular bill. The objective of this bill is to move Kenya from maturity level 1 to maturity level 3 at a minimum, but we actually want to achieve maturity level 4. The reason why we have not achieved maturity level 3 is because, according to the WHO global benchmarking tool, we are allowing pharmacy technologists to hold certain positions and to be involved in the regulation. All we are doing by putting the word pharmacist is to ensure that we meet the WHO standards. That way Kenya can become competitive and be able to sell its drugs manufactured in Kenya to the entire world. At the moment, we are only selling to Uganda and maybe Burundi. And if you, just for you to tell you, Kenya's regulatory capacity now, as our law is, if we don't amend this today, we are going to remain at the maturity level 1. I can tell you which countries are maturity level 1. Somalia, Burundi, Uganda, and Kenya. Currently, the countries that are maturity level 3 is Egypt, South Africa, Tanzania, Ghana, and Nigeria. And today, Tanzania, within the next 6 months, will be maturity level 4. Within the next 6 months, Rwanda shall be maturity level 4. So Kenya shall lag behind and never be able to export its drugs manufactured here in Kenya, all because, and vaccines, all because we have not made sure that we are at WHO standards. So this is not trying to put anyone out of work. We are just trying simply to become a pharmaceutical manufacturing country that is capable of exporting. That is the bigger picture. We don't want Kenya to lag behind on this particular point. And in fact, if you want to confirm, Kenya has been trying since the last parliament to achieve this status. And in fact, I can bring the attention of Honorable Kaluma to what we call Kenya's Strategic Health Plan. If you read it, since the last parliament, we've been trying to achieve that. And I must commend the chairperson of the Health Committee because he is trying to make sure that we achieve something we have failed to do in the last 6 years. And for that, I kindly persuade Honorable Kaluma to rethink and be guided.
Honorable members, allow me to put the question on this. I put the question that clause 8 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. We have another amendment. Honorable Tiende Amolo, your amendment by this being carried, yours will fall because you wanted to amend you wanted to amend paragraph J, and the import of this being carried is that yours is dropped. Honorable Oluoch, yours falls. Honorable Tiende, I have your amendment here, and you say the amendment is on clause 2, which has already been amended by 8.2 by that amendment by the chair being carried.
Chair, I actually have the benefit of having discussed this with Dr. Pukose, and we are in agreement. It's only that procedurally, we had to move. I had initially thought that the suggestion by the Honorable Gikaria would carry us faster. That is, where there's an amendment proposed by the chair, and there's a discussion to improve it, if you would then allow the chair himself to move a further amendment, rather than even me moving an amendment after, it would be faster. And my understanding, Chair, my understanding first, there's a grave clerical error in this amendment number 8.2. If you look at the original, the provisions in the bill, it does not amend H. H reads exactly the way it reads in the bill. And therefore, my amendment, my further amendment would still be relevant in respect of the bill itself. And my amendment on that bill, and we're in agreement with Dr. Pukose, is only this. The clause H, 8.2H, mistakenly talks of Council of County Governors. While we all know that...
Which one are you reading, Honorable Tiende? Is it the bill or the amendment? Because we've already put the question on the amendment by the chair.
I'm on the bill, and they read exactly the same. In the bill, 8.2H is exactly what is 8.2J of the bill. On that, there is no amendment. What was amended was the numbering, and therefore the substantive amendment on 8.2J still remains relevant.
It doesn't remain relevant, Honorable Otiende, because I know you know this. We've already carried the amendment by the chair. So we cannot refer then to J on the bill, because the amendment has been passed. Honorable Chair. Chair.
Honorable Tiende's amendment is that there is no Council of County Governors. It's supposed to be the Council of Governors. So, to represent the interests of counties. Okay? So I think it is just a typo error which can be corrected through a further amendment, because we cannot say a Council of County Governors. It's a council. But
Honorable Pukose,
yes,
to guide the House.
So we need your guidance,
we
Madam
cannot
Speaker.
now be talking about clause 8 on the order paper. 8.2 on the order paper. We already substituted by carrying your amendment.
Okay.
So you cannot refer to J. In fact, the J on your amendment is on the Director General of the authority.
No, I'm on H. H.
But the amendment for Honorable Tiende is on J.
No, it is on H. It is on H. It is what is now H on my amendment. He wants to do a further amendment to H.
But you cannot do a further amendment if you have...
You know, I heard Honorable Tiende that you had already spoken to the chair. I thought maybe chair would have moved it at that point. By now, it is actually overtaken by events. Honorable Owen Bayer.
If Honorable Otiende's amendment comes in, we are actually amending what we've already passed. And that's the import of carrying the amendments by the chair. This should have been done much earlier so that it is incorporated in the amendment. But as it is now,
overtaken by events.
It is overtaken by events.
Honorable Tiende.
It is overtaken by events.
Honorable Tiende, are we on the same page? Give him the microphone.
As a point of order, Chair, first of all, I think we're becoming more rigid than the way we were guided to proceed, because that rigidity will lead us to spoil this mood. Madam Chair, I have my written amendments, and the Speaker allowed me to move on them. When the chair spoke, you guided that I wait for the chair to finish, then we finish with it, then I will move my amendments. Now you are telling me I cannot even move the amendments.
Honorable
That leads to that rigidity that does not help us.
Honorable Tiende, I think I'll be the last person to be accused of rigidity. All we have
not
been
you.
doing this afternoon is actually accommodating members. This afternoon, the whole time. And Honorable Otiende, I have your amendment here. And your amendment is on part 2J, AI and J of the bill. And it is totally different when the proposal and the amendment of the chair has already been carried. If the import is that your amendment falls, we cannot now say to reduce rigidity that we go against our own standing orders. We have another amendment by Honorable Oluoch, which you will prosecute because it is not impacted by what has already been passed. Yeah, so I think let us make progress. Honorable Gekaria, what is out of order?
Otiende, don't do that. Honorable Chair, you have guided us very well, and we appreciate. Actually, at one point, Honorable TJ Kajwang said the way you are moving, you can even be a chair of anything. So, Honorable Chair, I think what we just need to do is to accommodate each other and accept like what Honorable Dr. Otiende is saying, since they had agreed with the chair, and the chair then needs to assist us by moving what Dr. Otiende had indicated.
Other members, let us hear each one member at a time. Member for Seme.
The principle I know that if one amendment is carried, which nullifies the other, is if that amendment actually removes what was going to be amended. But in this case, what Honorable Tiende intended to amend is still there. And actually it is not a very big amendment, and it's actually just technical. It still exists in the bill. Yeah, except it's the renumbering where it was J, now it is H.
Honorable member for Seme.
Yes.
Let me just guide a bit.
Or let
Honorable
us hear
members,
what,
we have been very good this afternoon. I don't want us to go south. So if I want to just say, just to give the way forward, because we have already replaced, you cannot now read 8.2. We have put a new section altogether by having the amendment of the chair. So any member who had amendments on 2 has nothing to amend. And no, honorable member for Seme, the only recourse for this will actually be to recommit. The only recourse for this specific one will be to recommit. Yeah, it's the only way out. I will allow Honorable Oluoch to move, but before Honorable Oluoch, what is it, Honorable Omboko?
Thank you. And Honorable Chair, I want Otiende to listen to me and this court. Indeed, the amendments of Otenda Molo, as you remember, had been spoken on by the substantive speaker. But indeed, you are further explaining well that the fact that the chair went early makes his amendments not to fall. But the way, the direction you are taking for me is good, because we need to retain the good understanding which we knew that this particular bill will have, and therefore consensus will be important. So if that amendment, and we have already seen it, is a small one that is actually more of just technical error and grammar, then let's carry it to recommittal so that we don't lose the spirit that otherwise we were moving with. And that's my comments, Honorable Chair.
That amendment can be carried.
Yeah.
Honorable Kaluma, I want to bring this to a close.
Chair, I'm relying on your great wisdom this afternoon. And Chair, this afternoon, you've given members a lot of latitude. And this is how legislation is best done. Chair, I hear Honorable Tiende Molo to be saying that the clause he desired to amend does still exist in its substance, word for word. And if it is so, I hear him to be saying the only thing which has happened is that it has been renumbered following the amendment by the committee. Instead of recommitting, Chair, may I crave your indulgence that because that amendment will actually improve the bill when it will be enacted into law, we allow Honorable Tiende to move his amendment, but in amended form.
What will happen, Honorable Kaluma, is that the recourse, Honorable Tiende, will be a recommittal, which is also an option in this house. I mean, it's not out of reach, but we cannot remedy it as it is right now. So we will then do a recommittal at the end. I will then allow Honorable Oluoch to prosecute his amendment.
Honorable Chair, I want to move an amendment to clause 8, particularly sub-clause 7, as published on the order paper. And the import of these, which I have tried to persuade the chair through the deputy speaker, is to add a language of the Constitution that includes, after regional balance, fair representation of persons with disabilities. And I see the chair is in concurrence that the proposed amendment be carried. I so move.
I therefore propose the question that clause 8 be further amended as proposed by Honorable Oluoch. I put the question. I therefore put the question that clause 8 be amended as proposed by Honorable Oluoch. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 8 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 9.
I propose the question that clause 9 be part of the bill. Mover, that's the chair.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 9 be amended as per the order paper. This is a provision contradicts the legal framework for appointment of the chairperson, board members, and CEOs of state corporations or state autonomous government agencies. The chairperson, board members, and director general of the authority are not state officers and hence do not need to subscribe to an oath.
I then propose the question that clause 9 be deleted as proposed by the chair.
Put the question.
Honorable Kaluma.
Chair, this is the one amendment I support without further amendment. Chair, you can imagine the number of authorities, the number of boards, the number of parastatals and state corporations we have. If we were to require that the chairperson and the members of the board should swear some oath through the Chief Justice, would the Chief Justice be doing any other work than swearing board members? This is the kind of elevation in which I agree with
Honorable Kaluma, where we are agreeing, we make progress.
On this one,
we
put
go
the
on.
question.
Thank you. I will then put the question that clause 9 be deleted as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 10.
I propose the question that clause 10 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 10 be amended as per the order paper. This is to correct the cross-reference as clause 11 makes provision for removal from office of the members of the board of the authority.
I therefore propose the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chair.
Put the question.
I put the question then that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 10 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as that have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 11.
This has no amendment. I propose the question that clause 11 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 11 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 12.
I propose the question that clause 12 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 12 be amended as by the order paper. Clause 12 of the bill amended by A, inserting the following paragraphs immediately after paragraph E. A, regulate the disposal of health products and technologies, monitor the market for the presence of unregistered and illegal health products and technologies, conduct analytical tests of health products and technologies. This is to make provision for the function of disposal, analytical testing, and monitoring of the market by the authority. In B, deleting paragraph F and substituting therefore the following new paragraph F that ensure continuous monitoring of the safety of health products and technologies regulated under this Act through analysis of reports on adverse reactions and events, including any other health product and technology use-related issues, and take appropriate regulatory actions when necessary. Honorable Chair, this is to expressly align to the WHO requirement on the establishment of a national vigilance system. In E, deleting paragraph G and substituting therefore the following new paragraph G, regulate clinical trials and ensure that clinical trial protocols of health products and technologies are being assessed according to the prescribed ethical and professional criteria and define standards, including mandatory bioequivalence studies. This is to anchor the oversight of clinical trials in the law as recommended by the WHO. Madam Chair, in D, inserting the following new paragraphs immediately after paragraph G, that is GA, approve the use of any unregistered medical substance for purpose of clinical trials, emergency use, and compassionate use. In GB, carry out pharmacovigilance audits and inspections in order to ensure compliance with good pharmacovigilance practices and the prescribed requirements. Honorable Chair and members, this is to provide for approval of health products and technologies during emergencies and to provide for pharmacovigilance, which check the safety of health products and technologies. In E, deleting N and substitute therefore the following new paragraph N, appoint inspectors and order inspection of manufacturing premises, medical devices and establishments, importing and exporting agents, wholesalers, distributors, pharmacies, including those in health facilities and clinics, retail outlets, and any other premises and vessels subject to regulation under this Act. This is to specify the premises subject to inspection by the authority. In F, inserting the following new paragraph after paragraph O, this is to conduct national regulatory authority to lot release, official authority patch release of specified biologicals to ensure the quality, safety, and efficacy of biological products through a regulatory release system in compliance with established approaches, policies, guidelines, procedures, and in line with World Health Organization and the internationally recognized guidelines. Carry out and promote research related to medicines and health products. This is to enable the conduct of research by the authority and the conduct of lot releases, which are a key component in the regulation of production of vaccines. G, inserting the following paragraphs after paragraph Q. That will be QA, which ensure that all health products and technologies manufactured in, imported into, or exported from the country, including through parallel importation, conform to prescribed standards of quality, safety, and efficacy. QP, enforce the prescribed standards of quality, safety, and efficacy of health products and technologies manufactured, imported into, or exported out of the country. QC, grant or revoke licenses and permits for the manufacture, importation, exportation, distribution, and sale of health products and technologies. QD, maintain a register of all authorized health products and technologies manually or electronically. QE, regulate licit use of narcotic, psychotropic substances, and precursor chemical substances in accordance with Single Convention on Narcotic Drug 1961, the Convention on Psychotropic Substances 1971, or the United Nations Convention Against Illicit Traffic of Precursor Chemical Substances 1988. QF, inspect and license all manufacturing premises, importing and exporting agents, wholesalers, distributors, pharmacies, including those in hospitals and clinics and other retail outlets. Honorable members and chair, this is to include critical functions of the authority based on best practices in regulation of import and export of health products and technologies that will enable the country attain WHO maturity level 3. Thank you, Chair.
I therefore propose the question that clause 12 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Mayaka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I just want to, in particular, support the insertion of Part D, which in essence says that it gives approval for use of any unregistered medicinal substance for purposes of clinical trials, emergency use, and compassionate use. Honorable Speaker, the reason why I'm supporting this particular clause is because it will now allow for substances like cannabis for medicinal purpose, famously known as bangi, to be able to be used by cancer patients. And Honorable Speaker, the reason why I'm very passionate and advocating for this is because, Honorable Speaker, I had an auntie who was a cancer patient. And one of the things that really kept her going was because she was able to use some bangi substance. And so by inserting this clause, it actually allows our hospitals, the home care providers to be able to use unregistered medicinal substance that is able to assist these people to continue to be able to maintain and have, you can't oppose.
I think you've made your point, but we are on the amendment by the chair.
That's the amendment by the chair. I'm just giving more meat into why the
Yeah, but do not debate.
should be carried.
Honorable Mayaka, do not debate. The bill has already gone through second reading. Do not debate. Honorable Kangogo.
Madam Chair, if I had the honorable member saying that the clause, you are inserting a clause to legalize bangi as a medicine, then I oppose, madam. Then I oppose.
Honorable Kangogo.
So,
Honorable Kangogo. Honorable Kangogo, the amendment by the chair has not touched on such an amendment, but Honorable Irene Mayaka has the freedom to contribute to the same using her own words. But I want to confirm that cannabis or bangi is still illegal in the country. Honorable Owen Bayer.
Honorable Speaker, I think that statement by Honorable Mayaka should be expunged from record. You know, it's self-incriminating. She's saying she did an illegal thing, and she wants this house to actually be used as a springboard for such. I think she needs to withdraw that statement from the record of the House. Otherwise, the House should not be seen to be condoning illegal things. It's neat for you to do that. You are a young, and she should not use this law and besmirch it. Irene, I know you're an intelligent person, but I also want to teach you a little thing. Please, it's not prudent. It's not parliamentary to say such things in Parliament. Use parliamentary language. That's not part of it. And it's good that you withdraw.
Honorable Owen, do not address Honorable Irene Mayaka, address the chair.
I like her, you know.
Honorable Kaluma, are you on the same or on the amendment?
Chair, the amendments by the committee are very detailed. And maybe, honorable members, I need to remind you that this particular clause is at the very stem of this bill and this law, if enacted. The only clarification the chair could have been kind to give us is number one, Chair, in the proposed amendment D, GA, what is this thing for compassionate use? Could it be explained to us now that it is being used in a technical context? Number two, Chair, this is also the part where we should be including all the functions currently put in the Pharmacy and Poisons Board under the act we are seeking to repeal in the 7th schedule, and the authority established under the Food, Drugs, and Scheduled Substances Act. Could the chair also confirm to us that those functions vested in those bodies under those acts, now that we are repealing those acts, have been incorporated that? Even as he explained to us, these medicines for compassionate use, what are they? Are they for love or what are they? Or funeral?
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, any reaction to the members? Okay, I will put the question.
Compassionate use.
Honorable Pukose, clarify on record, because that is what members wanted to hear. Honorable Chair, just clarify and be on record.
Chair, I would want them to specify which of those clauses. Which clause? Pardon? ADA.
Order, Honorable Kaluma. Order, members, you cannot be answering each other across the aisle like that. Let me read for you, Honorable Pukose. I saw you are a bit distracted. He's referring to Part DGA. And the issue is approve the use of any unregistered medicinal substance for purposes of clinical trials, emergency use, and compassionate use. And the question is, what is compassionate use? Can you clarify that?
You know, Madam Chair, when we talk about empathy, sympathy, compassion, your patients who have suffered, who are terminally ill with cancer, yeah, more often you are giving them medicines to relieve their pain. It is for compassionate use. You know, I'm explaining to you, and you're asking me, Nikal is just seated next to you in your back. You would have consulted him silently, and he would have given you. But now you want the rest of the house to hear, and the nation. And therefore, I'm giving you, yeah, that when patients are terminally ill, they have cancer, and they have reached a stage where you're only managing the pain. Yeah, you're only managing the pain, knowing that the drugs you are giving are not going to cure that patient. So, pardon? No.
Honorable Kaluma.
We are talking of palliative care.
Honorable Kaluma, you know that is illegal in the country.
Yes. So I wouldn't want to go into that direction, Honorable Kaluma. Yes.
Honorable Nikal, I note you have an amendment. You have an amendment which will come after this.
Yes.
Yeah. Hold on.
Put the question.
Okay, honorable members. I will put the question that clause 12 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I will allow Honorable Nikal to prosecute your amendment before we put the global question on this clause.
Chair, mine is to amend as in the order paper, and that is under T, to amend clause 12 as in the order paper, and that is at T, 12T, responsible for its human resource and management and development. Chair, I thought this we don't need here, and I'm proposing deletion because here we are really dealing with technical issues. And I think the issue, if we bring this one here, we'll confuse issues with the management of personnel, which will come in a different act or will remain in the Pharmacy and Poisons Board for the time being. That's why I'm proposing we delete T. Did Chair follow? T.
So your proposed amendment is to delete paragraph T.
T.
Yes.
Yes.
I will propose the question that clause 12 be further amended as proposed by Honorable Nyikal.
Yes. To delete T, I've explained. Yeah,
Chair.
because T is dealing with human resource.
Chair. Honorable Chair.
I agree with the amendment by Honorable Nyikal. It's a good amendment.
Therefore, honorable members, I put the question that clause 12 be further amended as proposed by Honorable Nyikal. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 12 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 13.
I propose the question that clause 13 be part of the bill. Mover. Mover. Chair, you have an amendment on clause 13. Move it.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 13 be amended as per the order paper. This is basically to comply with WHO requirements for regulatory functions in the global benchmarking tool, especially on control over imports and exports. In deleting paragraph A and substituting therefore the following new paragraph A, collaborate with such other bodies or organizations within or outside Kenya as it may consider desirable or appropriate for the furtherance of the purpose of this act. And in B, inserting the following new paragraphs immediately after paragraph A, adopt and implement any such internationally recognized good regulatory practices. B, determine and implement effective and efficient reliance mechanisms. C, issue, suspend, withdraw, or revoke any license or compliance certificate granted under this act. D, levy, collect, and utilize fees for services rendered. E, grant or withdraw licenses and permits to manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, importers, exporters, and distributors. F, develop guidelines on the manufacture, import, and export, distribution, sale, and use of medical products.
All right, members, I propose the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Kaluma.
Yeah, Chair, the amendment at 13A is appreciated because the 13A in the bill was too restrictive. You know, it is replacing enter into association with collaborate, because going into association is different and may be too difficult. So that is an amendment, Chair, that I support, as I indeed do the other amendments. But Chair, I'm worried about some additional amendments which ought to be in 13, which I wanted to submit for the House for consideration, and maybe the mover. Chair, when we say at 13C, which is still being retained, that receive any grants, gifts, donations, or endowments, and make legitimate disbursements from. Chair, you know some restrictions under Chapter 6 about what gifts can be received and to what amount, and there is a law on it. Chair, when you say opening bank accounts for the funds of the authority, is this necessary? And more so in an act of parliament, maybe in a schedule or in some regulations, really. But this is administrative. Chair, when you say establish, such committees as it may consider, we may leave that. But This C and D, as I support the amendments by the chair, I would, request the good chair that in the spirit of moving forward, he also considers making those additional amendments because they may be not only superfluous, but they may also open, this board to corrupt practices. I thank you, Chair.
Honorable Kangogo.
Madam Chair, I want to support the amendment by the Honorable Chair Pukose, especially part A of it, which brings about collaboration in line with the WHO, and also, Madam Chair, in the field of medicine, it's always good to associate and to work with professionals and best practices all over the world. So this one, I think it will add a lot of value. But again, Madam Chair, maybe the point raised by Honorable Kaluma in terms of this issue of gifts, grants, Madam, I think it can be abused, Madam Chair, maybe unless we get it from the Honorable Chair Pukose to tell exactly how is this one going to be carried out. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable Meli.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I want to support the amendment by Honorable Kose. It's more specifically on issues that have been raised by Honorable Kaluma, especially on the issue of levy, collective fees, open bank accounts, as indicated by Honorable Bukose, that this body, or the DG, is supposed to relate with other peers in other parts of the world. For example, the UN can gift this country, maybe in form of drugs, can give in form of grants, and all these others. So the institution will be receiving them officially as part of the relationship with the peers and other institutions. Two, even the exchange of information about a particular drug, a particular idea, a particular knowledge in particular field. So the fact that we are putting gifts here, putting grants here, it is not the individuals in those offices. It is to the institution of the authority led by the Director General, which are supposed to have it. I propose and support.
Honorable Martin Owino.
Chair, I also want to rise to support this, and especially the authority is not going to work in silo. It's going to have global practice. That's why even even clause B AA is very, very important to adapt and implement any such international recognized good regulatory practices. So it's going to be very wide. So I support.
Thank you. Member for Ruaraka.
Chair, I also want to support the chair. You know, Honorable Kaluma, with a lot of respect, has been stung, and once stung, twice shy. So sometimes he has very good proposals, but they could be conspiracy theories. You see, the law proceeds on the premise of good faith, that these things will be legal, that these things will be from official purposes. In any case, these corporations or these agencies we are creating are amenable to our PIC. And so we will ask them back in this house, if they received, for example, money from LGBTQ, which is disturbing Honorable Kaluma, we will ask them, so why did you accept money from LGBTQ? Yeah. So
Thank you.
We must proceed from the promise that these things are honest.
And I also agree with you on the bias of Honorable Kaluma because of some stinging. But for this one, allow me to put the question. Honorable members, I put the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 13 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20.
these ones have no amendments. I therefore propose a question that clauses 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clauses 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 21.
Honorable Kaluma, no, stop, not withdraw, because your amendments, just for your information, were not actually assented to by the Speaker. But we have been very magnanimous in inclusion as we go ahead. So I would propose that you don't address yourself to that matter because it's already passed. It's actually, yeah, we'll go to clause 21 from here.
Clause 21.
I propose a question that clause 21 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 21 be amended as per the order paper. This in A, by deleting the subclause 1 and substituting therefore the following new subclause 1, that the board may establish such scientific advisory committees of the authority as may be necessary for the effective performance of the functions of the authority. In B, subclause 3, by deleting the words cabinet secretary and substituting therefore the words board of the authority. In C, in subclause 4, by deleting the words cabinet secretary and therefore substituting the words board of the authority. In D, by deleting the subclause 9 and substituting therefore the following new subclause 9, an advisory committee shall submit at least once every 6 months a report to the board of the authority with respect to its activities, and the board shall submit a copy of it to the cabinet secretary. Honorable Chair, this is the scientific advisory committee ought to offer technical advice and report to the board, which is its appointing authority, which then advises the cabinet secretary accordingly. Thank you, Chair.
I propose the question, allow me to propose the question. I propose the question that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Kaluma.
I thank you, Chair. Chair, just for clarity, when we passed clause 13, we gave the authority the powers to establish such committees as it may consider necessary for the performance of its function and the exercise of its powers under the Act. Chair, why are we repeating this in respect of the board again? Because what is being proposed, Chair, under clause 21, A subclause 1, is again that the board may establish such scientific advisory committees. So now it is being called scientific advisory committees. Whatever it is, the phrase such other committees it may require for the due performance of its functions is already in clause 3. I therefore submit, Chair, with due consideration that in as much as this does not act substantively, it is superfluous for repetition. I thank you, Chair.
Honorable Makali.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. You know, Honorable Chair, unless we want to treat this board as a very special board, boards would normally operate with its subcommittees. We are what we call board subcommittees. And the Honorable Chair happened to have been a member of a board. So when we talk with a bit of experience. I think from what Kaluma is saying, it's important that we don't make this board look so unique that it is not part of, it's not under the management of the other parastatals. Because we have so many parastatals in this country. They are all led by boards. So we have to be very careful not to open some floodgates here where you get requests of boards here which will be very unique, and then they bring complications. I wish that we could still adhere to the standards set in terms of board's operations.
Honorable Chair, for the committee, I think the two members are raising the same issue in terms of being superfluous in the drafting, the way it's drafted, as has been passed under clause 13. So kindly respond to that. Wait, Honorable Chair. Wait, Honorable Chair. Let us hear Dr. Otiende first.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, as the committee chair considers that, if you look at the bill as originally drafted, it appears clause 21 was tailored for where the cabinet secretary is the one in charge of this process. But now we are changing it to the board. And the effect of doing that is to do what exactly my colleagues are saying. You're actually creating advisory committees that are parallel in the same organization. Secondly, as even the amendment allows the board the discretion, it says the board may. But then after allowing the board discretion, when it comes to D, the new advisory committee, then you now say they will submit a report every 6 months, and that report, the board shall submit that report to the cabinet secretary. So you are then not establishing an advisory committee of the board. You're actually advising an advisory, you're appointing an advisory committee of the cabinet secretary, because the board now does not have a discretion whether to submit or what to submit. That when it gets it shall, it doesn't even use the word it may. Therefore, I think there's a conceptual problem with this whole, reformulation of clause 21. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is that the last contribution, members? Meli, Honorable Meli, you will wind it up, Honorable Pukose.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I think what the draft or the amendment by the Chair is actually insinuating is that this is a committee of the board. In effect, it is a committee that is reporting to the board, and the board, which is actually the drugs authority, shall report to the CS. In effect, this is actually a subcommittee of the board, which shall not actually be created by the cabinet secretary. The cabinet secretary cannot create a board for a parastatal. It is them creating their own subcommittee, and the subcommittee shall report to the board, who shall henceforth forward the findings to the cabinet secretary. So this is actually in order, Madam Chair. Yes.
Honorable Pukose, kindly address and make reference to clause 13.
In clause 13, Madam Chair, we are talking about the collaboration of the bodies or organizations within or outside Kenya as it may be considered necessary. Then we're not talking of any subcommittee that has been established in clause 13. I'm not seeing any subcommittee that has been established in clause 13. 13F, E, establish such committees as it may consider necessary for the performance of its functions and the exercise of its powers. So it will establish other committees, but this is a specialized subcommittee, a scientific advisory committee that will inform on complex scientific matters. And this is a subcommittee of the authority, not of the cabinet secretary. So what we've just done is to clean up. Instead of the cabinet secretary establishing, I think it is supposed to be the board that is establishing that scientific advisory committee, so that the board now establishes that scientific advisory committee, which will be looking at complex matters within the authority. And it will be reporting those complex matters every 6 months. Yeah, it is mandatory for that scientific advisory committee to give those reports on complex matters.
Thank you.
No more,
Honorable Bayan.
these other no more HR committees, which are like a budget committee, human resource committee. You are not subjected to anything. But when we come to the scientific committee, that scientific committee has some special roles that it will be looking into it. And once it has advised the board, then the board can now advise the cabinet secretary.
Okay, Honorable Owen.
Chair, I think there is a difference between the committees that are set in 13E. Establish such committees as it may consider necessary for the performance of its functions. My understanding, Honorable Chair, is that these are normal committees that look at human resource, that look at budgets, that look at audits in the management of the functions of the board. But then there are those that look at the scientific aspect, and that's why this law is very clear and says establish scientific advisory committee. And probably, Honorable Chair, I think these are different committees, and we should allow the authority to function with this advisory committee, because this is a big area. This is a scientific, this is a corpus. It's an area that requires a lot of advisory, looking at the subject area that it covers. So, Honorable Speaker, I think we are in order to allow the committees in Section 13 and establish the advisory committees in 21.
Member for Seme.
Chair, I'm just going further on what Honorable Mbaya said. There's a difference, and I think further on, you may actually see those scientific committees listed. Now, these are not just other committees. They are actually specific committees. They are standing committees, and that is why it is necessary to establish by law, because this bill is actually taking a very broad areas. For example, you are talking about human medicine. You are talking about veterinary medicine. You are talking about you are talking about drugs that are used for beauty issues. So you are talking about quality control. So what is really coming out, each one of those will actually require a standing committee. And in fact, I think later on we'll find there are those standing committees that are actually listed.
Order, members. Let us hear Honorable Kaluma, then we'll hear Owen.
Very lastly, Chair, if you look at Clause 21 in an amended form, Honorable Chair of the committee is being distracted. It says the Cabinet Secretary may establish scientific advisory committees as may be necessary for the performance of the functions and powers of the Cabinet Secretary under the Act. The point I'm making, Chair.
Yeah, but Honorable Kaluma, we have an amendment on the floor.
Yes, that is what I'm going
Please
to.
address the amendment.
So I'm saying,
Yes.
Honorable Chair, that amendment derogates from the substance of this provision. The committee they are talking about is the committees we spoke about in Clause 13, where the board and the authority can form any committee. Let me make mine. The point here is that you cannot bring an amendment which derogates from the substratum of the clause or the provision. This is a technical scientific advisory committee for the CS, not the board. The one for the board is
Honorable
already under
Kaluma,
clause 13.
Order, members, I hear you, but if you read 13, which, by the way, we have already passed, yeah, without amendment, is on the authority. The authority is not the same as the board. If you ask me, what 21 is addressing is the board of the authority. So the mandate under 13 does not affect the mandate under 21. Honorable Owen.
21 If you go Kaluma, Honorable Kaluma, Honorable Chair, I would like to draw Honorable Kaluma's attention to 21.2. The scientific advisory committees shall be established under subsection 1 shall be in addition to those established in the fourth schedule of this act. Now, if you go to the fourth schedule, you see the kind of committees. Honorable Chair, I think Honorable Kaluma needs to listen. No. If we were making a...
Honorable Owen, are you addressing the chair? Other members, I will put the question on this one.
Yes.
I put the question that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Member for Seme. What is his amendment? Yeah, he has an amendment that was approved earlier. It's on the order paper. The
amendment is seeking to do
this one
is actually
hold on, Order Mobemba for Seme. I want to get the import of the amendment by the chair, because the chair has deleted and substituted subclause 4 that you intended to amend and subclause 9. So your amendment will suffer the same fate. Yes, it will fall. Give him the mic.
Wait. These amendments have taken care of my amendments.
Okay.
So I don't have
Thank
to.
you,
I
Dr.
dropped
Nyikao.
them.
Thank you, Dr. Nyikao. So I will now put the global question that clause 21 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Part 4.
I propose the question that part 4 be part of the bill. Mover.
Chair, I propose that part 4 be amended as per the order paper. That part 4 of the bill be amended by deleting the title and substituting therefore the following new title. Part 3, Held Products and Technologies. Chair, this is to ensure harmony with the title of the bill as proposed for amendment and to correct a minor error in numbering of the parts of the bill. We are correcting from part 4 to part 3.
I propose the question that part 4 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 22.
I propose the question that clause 22 be part of the bill. Yes. Mover. Move your amendment for clause 22.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 22 be amended as per the order paper. This is in A, the marginal note by deleting the words medicines and substitute therefore the words health products and technologies. This is to harmonize the terms used in the bill with the title of the bill as proposed for amendment. B, in subclause 1 by I, deleting the words sell any medicine appearing in the opening sentence and substitute therefore the words sell, manufacture, supply, distribute, or dispense any health products or technology. This is to broaden the scope of prohibited sale of health products and technologies to include manufacturing, dispensing, distribution, and supply of health products and technologies. 2, deleting paragraph D and substituting therefore the following new paragraph D. D is falsified. This is for alignment with international best practice as proposed terminology is recognized by the WHO. In C, in subclause 3 by deleting the word medicine appearing in the opening sentence and substituting therefore the words health product or technology. And 2, deleting the words pharmaceutical product appearing in paragraph B and substituting therefore the words health product or technology. This is to harmonize the terms used in the bill with the title of the bill as proposed for amendment. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
I propose the question that clause 22 be amended as proposed by the chair. Is there interest in this matter?
Put the question.
If not, I will put the question that clause 22 be amended as proposed. Honorable Nikal, just hold on. Let me put the question on this one by the chair. I put the question that clause 22 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable Nikal, I'll give you the chance to move your amendment on this.
My amendment is actually very simple on clause 22. It's just a cross-reference. If you look at 22.3, which is saying subsection 1 shall not apply to the sale of medicines compounded by pharmaceutical technologies. Now, actually, my amendment, it should actually be 1A. And why I'm saying 1A, if you're excluding A, B, C, D from the regulation because they're being compounded, the only one you can exclude is A, because when you compound a product, it is actually not registered. It's something you are making in the pharmacy as you are doing it. So that substance cannot be registered. However, if you B, C, and D should still apply because those qualities are still required whether you are compounding in pharmacy or this is coming registered. So that is what I'm saying. Instead of 1, we should say 1A.
Honorable Otiende.
As I speak to the proposal by Honorable Dr. Nikal and his explanation of the meaning of the word compounded, I then beg to understand, both from him and Dr. Pukose and the committee, whether it is their opinion that under clause 22.3, pharmaceutical technologies can compound such a product, given the explanation by Dr. Nikal on the meaning of compounding.
Honorable Kaluma.
Your Chair, I support the amendment by the Honorable Dr. Nikal, save to word, Chair, that I'm concerned at provisions we have like in clause 22A, where we are prohibiting the sale of any medicine that is not registered by the authority. Chair, you know, such are the provisions which have been applied to kill all our traditional medicine around. And let me tell you, Chair, something for which our women are being operated and are being chopped off like fibroids. If you met Dr. Margaret, my own mother, just one glass of potion and she'll send you for MRI. And yet when you take them for approval, the people in charge of the approval, including World Health Organization, just tail these things from our people.
Honorable Kaluma, address the amendment.
We must allow compassionate the way we had used.
Address the amendment on the floor.
I'm only saying that the amendment is good, but we should be alert so that we don't kill our traditional medicine under the guise of, policing World Health Organization and these other bodies. I can tell you, Honorable Chair, my own wife delivers in the maternity ward not more than 5 minutes. But these drugs cannot be applied because they are not registered. And when you apply for their registration, they steal them. Honorable Chair, let us avoid such provisions in as much as we accept this amendment. I thank you, Chair.
All right, Honorable Chair.
You know, Kaluma, Honorable Kaluma, I think he would want to practice alternative medicine. there was a bill in the 11th Parliament on traditional medicine that went to the Senate and it did not come back from there, it died there. So I hope that Honorable Kaluma can take up that bill and reintroduce it in the House. In the Health Act, it actually provides for traditional medicine, but we need to now actualize it. I think it should not be a problem.
The Honorable Nyikal's amendment.
I support Honorable Nyikal's amendment. They are good amendments. Yeah. Pardon?
Okay, honorable members, one at a time. Honorable Chair, are you done? Okay. Honorable Nyikal.
Chair, I know where Honorable Tiende is coming from, and it's actually a very important point. It's taken care of in other places. But when we are talking of compounding, in my view, and I think in the view of the committee, the act of compounding, I think pharmaceutical technologies can also compound. So on that one, I don't think we need to make that distinction. Mine was just that we must still adhere to all the strict issues except A.
No, Chair, let me, on a point of order.
We are getting to a close on this, Honorable TJ. 1 minute. Wrong mic.
Chair, let us not get tired. You can see the resilience of members here. I think we are working towards the same cause. You know, just to ask the chair, Honorable Pokose, because if you go to the definition of medicine, it says medicine means any substance or mixture or substance used or purporting to be used for whatever manufacturer, something like that. My eyes is really getting very far from the light source, it would seem. Time has come for it. And then it says medical substance on the same page on definitions. It also means the same, it says any drug, medicine, product, and so on. So that you help a layman like us. If then you have defined medicine to be like that, then you create an offense. You create an offense on persons who may want to prescribe things, you know, things which under definition of medicine is actually medicine. You know, Kaluma should not just be wished away like that because it's making some sense. There are certain products which are, in this definition, medicine. And then you create an offense to it. Isn't that self-contradictory in terms? For the benefit of some of us who are laymen.
Honorable Meli, I didn't know Honorable TJ became layman.
I really want the chair of the Health Committee to speak to the thoughts of Honorable Kaluma and Honorable TJ, because it is medicine. The fact that these particular drugs have some efficacy or some effect and they can heal or they can have an effect on our body, they are medicines. So I wanted us to really look at it in that sense so that we speak to it and have it either in law or either in regulation so that actually the whole thing is actually addressed. So I really feel that the chair has to speak to that. Thank you.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I think we are not doubting the existence or the use and the usefulness of herbal medicines, but here we are talking about approved medicines. So if something is not yet, the day the herbal medicine will be approved, then at that time it shall come under the ambit of this particular act or bill. For now, it's premature.
Chair, please wind it up.
Chair, you know medicines can be made, they are made also from either synthetic or even from herbs. from trees, from plants. But when we are talking about traditional medicine, it's a field that is not regulated. As we speak now, there is no law that is regulating the practice in traditional medicine. And those who are practicing in traditional medicine, they come in various forms. We have what we call the herbal doctors. We have what we call the wizards. We have what we call bone setters, the bone technologists. We have even neurosurgeons who from Keio Marakwet, who can be able to remove even depressed bone fractures from your brain. So it's an area that we do not have a complete regulation on practice, on even what is it that will even form an offense when you are practicing as a traditional medical practitioner. So it's a wide field that I would encourage that the House can have a debate on that at a later date when we bring the
Honorable Dr.
bill in this
Otiende, what
House.
is out of order?
Chair, I respect Dr. Pukose, and I respect the intention both of the bill and of the amendment, with which I would have no substantive opposition. However, while it's true, Chair, that there is yet to be a clear regulatory framework for traditional medicine, it is also true that when you create an offense that does not exclude that area, then they are covered in that offense. And to that extent, whether or not there's a regulatory framework, to the extent that this part says any person shall not sell any medicine that is not registered by the authority, blah, 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 then it creates an offense. It would cover that area. And we have to be careful that if we want to exclude that area, then we need to find a way of excluding it. If we don't, that all those traditional medicines, all those herbs that our aunties and nyanyas and all those people will apply will fall under here, with the consequence of being an offense for which they would be fined 1 million shillings. So we have to be careful. That is my point of order.
Member for Central Imenti. Hold on, Chair. Hold on.
Madam Chair, as much as I respect this bill, with due respect to Dr. Pokose, if you look at this bill, it's going to make all other medicine a criminal offense unless, especially traditional medicine, unless we do something about what can be made to be a little bit parallel to the documents we have before you. I have a mother-in-law who has been taking medicine because of arthritis for quite a long time. And when she left it and started taking traditional medicine, is when she has started working again. Now, are we saying that if she goes now to get medicine from where she has been getting it, that person will be charged with a criminal offense because that one is not authorized? Are we going to let our people die because of the form of medicine, of which this bill is specifically trying to show that there is what we call falsified medicine, what is surrounded by this bill, and I wonder why it did not specify that there are traditional medicines which ought to be at least considered, even though not in this bill, and leave a room for it now to be accommodated there on later. But as it is now, we are going to criminalize everything, which is not within this bill. We are going to open a Pandora box, Chair.
You have made your point.
Of which?
You have made your point. Honorable Makali.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson,
Honorable members, I beg we don't debate because it's not second reading. Let us just make precise.
How I wish that the chair of the committee could listen to the input of the members. I think you can hear what all these members are saying, that this particular amendment is going to be suicidal in the world of medicine. And how I wish, you know, Honorable Chairperson, you have sat on that seat many times, on many bills. I've never seen us struggle with a bill like this. Like after 2 hours, we are still on clause 22. How I wish you got a more polished bill in this House to debate. I think there are lots of gaps, which I'm not an health expert, but even from the debate, I can see.
Honorable Makali, the Speaker already spoke to it earlier, and we said that it's unprecedented, but we will actually, that is why you see the pace is a bit, the rigidity is not as much, because we conversed about it earlier. Member for Madare.
Honorable Chair, I'm not anticipating debate, but if you look at that, the concerns being raised by members, and look at also provisions of 23 which is coming, and in light of the fact that we ought to have thought about traditional medicine in the same manner we brought 4 of the health bills together. I'm just thinking aloud for Honorable Pukose that should you have brought the traditional medicine and the fact that is now then not brought, do you want to put a clause that would address the concerns of members that tomorrow our practitioners of traditional medicine or alternative medicine will not find themselves in cells where clause 23 will then become applicable?
Honorable Owen.
Honorable Speaker, I think how we are progressing, we may now start defining what medicine is as we start, and that is taking us to second reading. And this bill has been debated. There is a report of the committee that is available, and I think what we need to do is, if someone has an amendment on this, we discuss the amendment, we move forward. But what we are doing, we are moving. Yes. No. Let me have the mic. Honorable Speaker, what I want to tell Honorable, you know, we will have to go
Honorable
back to,
Owen, address the chair.
Honorable Speaker, what they are trying to do is to start asking us to define what is medicine. For example, there are very many people who sell supplements, but some supplements are not medicine. My wife likes boiling kilifi and drinking. Do you call that medicine? You know, we might have to go to those things of what is medicine, what is not medicine. But anybody who wants to trade in medicine and trade in medicine, let it be registered.
We need to make progress, honorable members.
Put the question on this.
I'll give Honorable Martin Owino first. Hold on. Honorable Martin Owino.
Chair, I think we are missing the point here. The traditional medicine is not being regulated in this. In the past, in the current poison and pharmacy and poison board. So, if we want to regulate traditional medicine, let's think of another bill. But it is not in this one.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Thiwa. Honorable Member for Homa Bay Town.
Is it Kaluma or me?
No, it is the member for Homa Bay Town, not for Seme.
Yeah, I thank you, Chair. Chair, we need to proceed, and let me thank the members that we continue to sit. Chair, the concern of the members here is that medicine as defined in the bill, and I know we have not yet reached it, is very wide. Chair, that definition is repeated in clause 63, and it is also repeated in the 6th schedule, which defines medicine to be anything capable of giving relief.
We are preempting. Honorable Kaluma,
Chair, I therefore
you are
say,
preempting.
Chair, my suggestion,
let us restrict ourselves to
Chair.
clause 22.
Chair, so my suggestion, Chair, you remember I raised this matter, and the substantive speaker indicated that any clause that is problematic, and Chair, I hope you are listening to me.
Yes.
The substantive speaker did rule that any clause that is problematic can be referred back to the committee for harmonization. Now, that is what the substantive speaker said. Could I request, Chair, that in line with the ruling, the consideration of this particularly contentious clause be referred back to the committee for harmonization and reconsideration? I thank you, Chair.
Other members, I will put the question that clause 22 be amended as proposed by Honorable Nikal. Will as many as are of that be further amended as proposed by Honorable Nikal? Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I put the question that clause 22 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 23.
I propose the question that clause 23 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 23 be amended as per the order paper. This is in subclause 1 by deleting the word medicines appearing in paragraph A and substituting therefore the words held products or technologies. In B, deleting the word medicine appearing in paragraph B and substituting therefore the words held products and or technologies. And C, deleting the word medicine appearing in paragraph C and substituting therefore the words held products or technologies. This is just to harmonize the terms used in the bill with the title of the bill as proposed for amendments, a straightforward amendment.
All right, members, I propose the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable Oluoch, you have another amendment.
Yes, Honorable Chair, at clause 23, 23 subclause 7, I had consulted with the chair on enhancement of the penalties prescribed under subclause 2, A and B, so that in the first instance, when an offender makes an offense, it should be enhanced to 2 million.
Are you moving the amendment, Honorable Tom?
Yes, I had already said I proposed the amendment as per the order paper, and as given my justification that this ought to be enhanced, taking into account the offenses that are being spoken about here, persons who purvey or may carry themselves to be labeling, packaging, treating, which may be life-threatening, and I think enhancing it to 2 million in the first instance, and in B, to move it from 2 million to 5 million. Subject to whether the chair will agree, my consultation with the Deputy Honorable Sholei was that we remove the 2 million, which I proposed at 5 million, to actually say that that person will be imprisoned to 5 years without the option of a fine. But then that would be an amendment, a further amendment that the chair can consider. But my amendment are as per the order paper for the enhancement. I so move.
Honorable Dr. Otiende. Okay, hold on. I propose the question first. I propose the question that clause 23 be further amended as proposed by Honorable Oluoch. Honorable Otiende.
Chair, for the reasons that we have just discussed, and given the ambit of this criminal net, I would oppose the enhancement. If anything, I would have lowered the bar, either in terms of amount or in terms of years in jail. But, Madam Chair, my point of order is that it appears we don't have quorum. It appears to me we do not have quorum.
A member has stood in his place. Sergeant at arms will ring the bell for 10 minutes. We will follow our standing orders.
He has not written an standing order, Chair. He has not written an standing order.
He has mentioned quorum. Sergeant at arms, ring the bell for 10 minutes. They wanted ingekuwa imejaa hapa. You would see ushuru wa bia. My problem, on other bills, they would be people. Hakuna hata ukiona uone ushuru hapa, hawana interest. This one needs a lot of concentration. This one, haitaki mtu wa sentimental, hata kidogo. Dakika 10 zimeisha. The bell is still ringing. 58, eh? Ai, hapana. Tumeanza saa hii. We started 8 past. 8 past? Yeah, we started 8 past. Go up to 8:18. Unajua alafu tunaweza na receive atatoka. It's the same.
Yes, how are you? Very good. Hello, how are you, my friend? How are you, Minister? Thank you very much. Governor, how are you? You're welcome, Your Excellency. Very good. Hello, how are you, my friend? I'm okay. Hi, Balozi. Senator. Welcome home, how are you, Kiongozi? Felix Tabari. Leader, how are you? Very good. Waziri Habari. Waziri, how are you? Very good. Hello, Bwana PS. Habari yako? Mama County Habari. Very good.
Allow me to celebrate Kiprugut Chumo, the first Kenyan to win an Olympic medal, the first to win an Olympic medal by renaming this Kericho Green Stadium after him. I think he deserves it. Let me also say, for the people of Kericho, thank you very much kwa kutukaribisha katika mji wenu wa Kericho. Kwa niaba yangu, wacha mimi nirudie. Kwa niaba yangu na sote tuliokuja hapa kuomba kura zenu, deputy wangu akiwa hapa, viongozi wale wengine wote wakiwa hapa, kwa watu wa Kericho tunawaambia asanteni sana kwa kura zenu. Watu wa Kericho, narudia, asanteni sana kwa kura zenu. Big up Kericho. Kale hii, kale kwa
Unatazama Kibali Lounge.
I can bring my one. Okay. That's better. That's better. Unaitana?
Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, while we were in the Committee of the Whole House considering the Kenya Drug Authority Bill, National Assembly Bill number 54 of 2022, an objection that there was no quorum present in the committee and was raised by Honorable Tiende, and at the expiry of that 10 minutes, there was no quorum present, and in furtherance with the provision of Standing Order number 35 2B, I report that fact.
Honorable members, the time being 6:20 p.m., this House stands adjourned until Wednesday, the 25th of October 2023 at 9:30 a.m.
You are watching Sound County Talk. Watch, share, like, subscribe.
Tunaingia vijijini, mijini na hata jijini kukuletea taarifa mchana kutwa. Usiku tunaketi kitako, tunadadavua tukichanganua taarifa na makala muhimu yanayokuhusu wewe na familia yako. Ungana na Bernard Ngozi kwenye Open Forum Political Show kuanzia saa 4 usiku hadi dakika zake kila siku ya wiki kwenye Sound County Talk. Tukutane Sound County Talk.